We got
Hopefully by the end of the summer, that's sort of our goal.
brewery is right across the street.
Start with a few minutes.
Yeah, he's been alone for, like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, we do that now. And he walks over to my mother's in the back by himself. He's been doing that for a while. So, because like when I take my mother dinner and Abby's there, he doesn't stay. So then he hangs out for a while and then comes back.
We got another deal to add. We will have
Okay.
to remove, this will be on the consent agenda, motion to remove city manager and clerk from the city accounts and add the interim manager to the city account.
Okay, so
for
this,
signing checks.
is this the...
That will
this
go
is
on
the-
the consent agenda.
Okay,
So
so this needs
we
to...
have a motion to add that.
Okay, so I need to add that is E
E.
under consent.
Yes, so we'll all do that too. Been crowd tonight.
So we're gonna have a quorum?
1, 2, 3, 4. We got a
I
quorum
guess
right
we'll
now.
get- Yeah, we'll get started.
Because we know, well, we know Daniel is going to be here. He's got a thing at school, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know about Molly or Bob. Does anybody
Mom
else?
said she was going to be late. She won't be here for the work session, and she'll probably be coming in late for the
For the
meeting.
meeting?
Ooh,
Okay.
Molly.
ooh, okay,
And I thought Bob was gonna be here, I talked to him the other day.
okay.
But Dan specifically said he wasn't. He stopped by and saw me.
fill in if you need me.
Okay. You want him here. Molly has a little more hair than you do, but we could probably pass you off.
We put him in Bob's spot.
That's closer to Bob. I said Molly has more hair than you do, but maybe we could pass you off.
God gives men a few men brains, and the rest of you hair.
I'd be very careful if you say that around my husband.
What happened to me? Sorry, well, let's get moving on our,
Okay.
I suppose, let's get going on our
Workshop?
workshop. Okay, and we have a couple of items, like several items to add on the consent agenda. We would need a motion to remove the city manager and clerk from the city accounts and to add interim manager to the accounts.
Okay, so I will make a motion to add that as item E in the
Do
consent
we want that
agenda.
in a formal motion, Linda, or just a consent?
I think it should be a formal motion because you're adding something specific to the agenda.
You're right, I think it is, it's kind of important.
So
Okay.
you want it not in the consent agenda, do you want it in
Action item?
action item?
I guess that would be your call. I thought it was appropriate to be in the consent agenda.
You want it in the consent agenda?
Let's
You
do
tell
it in
me.
the consent, but in a formal motion to add to.
Okay, so I will add it as item E
So it's in the record,
to the consent agenda,
yes.
Mr. Mayor? I'll make the motion.
Well, we won't make a motion until the actual meeting.
Right.
Right. I'm
We'll
just
wait
saying,
till
I'm offering to do it. If you really want to, you can.
I will let you do that.
Okay.
Good. Well, go ahead, let it go. Yeah. The next item, we have a couple of late entries for the resolutions for the community events. If Alpha Family wants to have a walk, I believe, and then, of course, we have our own yearly events of concert in the park.
So those need to be action item E
Yes, and I would
and
add,
action item F.
yes. And the only contingent approval on contingency that they meet the requirements of the application. In particular, the
Insurance.
Alpha Center has some intersection crossings with police agencies to deal with, and I believe Public Works for barricades or crossing for safety. And then the concert in the park, I'm not sure what Public Works all does there. I know they turn power on, but that happens, and
We'll make sure that next week
that they all continue.
Yeah. And then I don't know how that works for because we just changed the fee on the electrical, and I see the concert in the parks. Well, but it also is July 1st and August 18th. So I don't know if because the application came in before, do they get like the lower fee for all of them?
No,
Or does
but
it skip it
the
July?
fee of whatever's current when they're,
Okay, so we just would need to make sure they know that.
Next
Well,
year.
from what I understand, they never paid the electric.
Well, they,
They don't want to bring up with Amanda, but I know I sat in a meeting with her when people was talking about the fee in the park, and she said, there's no fee to use electric in the park, and everybody else said, yes, there is. She's like, oh.
From this day forward,
Just policy forward.
So she evidently didn't know that there was a form to fill out with a fee.
in the insurances, the liability insurance certificates.
We will get those.
Okay, thank you.
They both came in late this afternoon.
sure.
Yeah, that's okay, you know, and then of course, next year hopefully they'll be a little faster.
Yeah.
Time of year.
So which one will be E and which one will be F?
I have
The,
Parks and Rec as E,
yeah,
and then the Alpha family as F.
yeah. Based on the 17 and 18 of the
Okay.
letters.
We have
And then this will be E in the consent agenda for the, changing the,
action item on B. Mrs. Barnett, you have some good news?
the budget amendments, there's just a few. It's not taking any money out of fund balance, it's just, moving some
Moving
things
stuff around.
around. Yep.
Good deal.
So
Good deal.
do we need to waive policy 12 because
No, that's a housekeeping.
yeah, it's the thing we do every month, so, or every quarter. It's done, whatever our policy says, it's the thing that's done on a regular basis. And
Just a housekeeping.
hope we don't have to do that.
And then, item C, a motion to approve the bids for 56 South Main. What happened?
Well, I think bid was received and one was accepted, and that company backed out because I think they thought they bid a little bit too low. And so we're going to the second lowest bidder.
I think Mr. Pressman stated that, that the last one we approved was prior to the all three votes.
Yeah, lower than we expected, I think. Like,
Good.
We're still under budget.
Good. Then, on item D, we have waived policy 12, resolution 2016-14, resolution to approve community event for the Cedar Springs Library. What are we doing?
I think that's their summer
Summer
reading
reading
program.
Yeah,
Right.
And she came and talked to us about that, like,
yeah.
a month. I don't, do we need to reach out to people? Because that was the, remember she came and said she wanted to be recognized so she could talk about it, so it would be a first.
I'll just-
Do you remember?
Maybe, but
And included the, putting the banner up, which is up. So, I mean, I think we,
formalities.
I don't care if we waive it, I'm just saying she's been here to talk about it.
And then we have the two added E for Parks and Rec for concert, which is a good cause, for good entertainment. Is there any questions on that? And then of course the Alpha Women's Center, the walk. You know, what, they have, like they say, crossing entries, and they said they had a $200 check made out to the city in Esco.
Yeah, that's the, like, we require that as a security thing, and then we give it
Required,
back to
we
her.
have not received it yet.
Oh,
She will be here tonight,
Okay, great,
talk
good.
at the beginning of the meeting. Introduce herself, I think she's new.
Okay.
And I talked with her today about next year and needing to work on this a little bit earlier.
it's okay,
Yep, good thing.
we're all good.
Okay, communications, right?
Do we need to talk about the discussion item on visiting municipal facilities policy, or are we all good on that till, I don't know if you know the background, I haven't talked to you, but there was a policy, I believe discussed at the last meeting, maybe even before that, about a policy to visit municipal facilities. Linda wrote one and Dan Clark wrote one. And in reviewing it, I put a memo in there that, you know, you really, that's deemed by your charter. And then you also have a professional leadership policy. And so I'm going to be working with Dan on looking at the professional leadership policy. Instead of enacting a new policy, let's see what we have. Let's figure out what the problem is that we're trying to address. Are we trying to address getting information? Because if you need information, come through me. Promise you'll get it. I'll work with the department heads and kind of go back to your charter. And I will work with him on that. I think he has some opposition to a few things in there, or maybe wants to add a few things. He has a statement.
So we have a policy?
You have a policy called professional leadership, and then you have your city charter.
Right, we know we have a charter,
Right.
but we had asked if there was a policy regarding this, and we were told no.
Well, the policy is, if you want communication or to visit, go through the city manager and I'll set it up. And so that's your charter, and then that's
Sure.
also in your professional leadership. So I'm not talking about if you see someone on the street, don't say, hi, how are you, you know, what you're working on. But if you're asking for information, or if you're asking them to do a work for you, a job or something, bring it through here. And I think what you need to revisit in your mind is that the council-city manager relationship is critical. So I have to trust that when I hear from one of you, I can give all of you the same information. So if I talk to you, Rose, Perry knows. You know, so when you're at the meeting and you bring something up, Perry's not like, what the heck are you talking about? I didn't know this. So it's just a good form of communication. But just as critical as that is the employee department head relationship. That is so critical. So if you talk to an employee and you say, well, let your department head know that I spoke to on this, that puts everyone in a bad position. So I'd like it run through me and say you want to find out something about, I don't know, are the barricades going up for this festival? I'll get with Tom, he'll figure it out, and we'll get back to you. He'll talk to the employee. I'm not trying to squelch your conversation with people that work there. Just work-related items, you know, things
Sure.
to do.
I think part of it also included like the ability for the public to come see things.
And same thing, come through here. What my fear is if the public thinks that they have open access, what if they're doing something in public works or the fire department, they're backing a truck out, something hazardous is
Of
going on,
course.
and there's a citizen visiting the
That's
building.
why we felt like we needed a policy. And if someone wants to be able to go, we used to do tours of the water treatment plant.
Right.
Like if someone wanted to go look at the water treatment plant,
Yep.
what would they do?
Call me.
Okay.
Or come into the city and talk to who's ever in the front. They'll let them know that, you know, we'll verify with the city manager. And then, I don't know how many requests for tours you get from citizens.
We used to do it for the water treatment plant. We used to do it a lot. And then it kind of stopped.
Is it when it first opened? Like,
No.
they're usually, my experience with water treatment plants, it might be a school group, or it might be, you know, something like that they're interested. I've actually offered tours through newsletters, like if anybody's interested in seeing the, you know, and then I would get response. So I'd rather have that run through the manager's office.
That was just the question of like, what do we do?
Yeah, that's
Because
it.
I had people, because we used to do this,
Yeah.
and then we stopped doing it.
Yeah, that's
And I've
it.
had people say to me like, what do I have to do that?
That's perfect. Just have a
And-
shop at City Hall and we'll take care of it. You know,
Okay.
we love the building, we want to show them off.
Right.
But we just, surprise visits, we don't know what people are working on.
I don't think you ever
Well,
want
they
surprise
shouldn't.
visits.
They shouldn't interfere.
There should be a process, that's what I said, there should be,
Right.
that was what the policy was trying to do, is there should be a process for
Right.
being able to get
Just have a
scheduled.
shop at City Hall, anybody will be able to help them that's in there. And then same with you, if one of you decides, well, you know, I'd like to go out to the water, you know, wastewater treatment plant, let's see if any other council members want to go, kind of lump it together and go on in. And, or go by yourself, but just run it through here, and we'll make sure you get in there. Get you the information you need.
Go in and, that's good, let us know and keep us up to date.
And I will work with Dan, hope to have something back to you at your next meeting in July.
Great.
Okay.
Sounds great. Anything on communications as far as right place, Grand Valley Metro, Solon Township letter?
The two first ones you mentioned seem pretty much updates you normally get, and the letter from the township is to change their agreement. So they want to change their agreement with the library, and to do that, they need to disband the agreement they have now, so that they can open up dialogue on a new agreement. So I believe that's what that letter is. You know, we want to do this, and it's in your packet.
Yeah, I had just a couple questions on that. Like, do they disband the agreement before there's a new agreement in place? That seems strange to me.
I don't know what you typically do on that.
I don't think we've ever done it.
Okay.
Like, that agreement's been, I was on the library.
I haven't seen the
million
agreement,
years
so I
ago.
don't know what it's written, you know, what it says.
I think probably let Mr. Pluggett deal with that one. If we should annul that agreement until
Okay.
we have language or
Yeah.
something in place.
I'd like to see the agreement and see what it says.
Yeah, duly noted on that. I think let's just refer it to Mr. Pluggett to have some way ahead.
Well, it says this agreement calls for a 6 months notice, so it won't be terminated until November 24th.
Right.
So I think they're just starting that process. So I'll get a copy of the agreement and take a look at it. Do they have an attorney that they work with?
I'm not sure at all. I'm sure they do.
I
If
mean,
they're
yeah, but
breaking
I don't
the-
know who
if
it
they're-
is.
If they are disbanding the agreement, I would think if they had an attorney, that attorney would bring forth new language to us instead of
Yeah.
Jeff working on it, and then Jeff could review it.
Right.
Probably.
I'm just trying to think who, I mean, I talked to
Yeah,
Mr.
that-
Ellis quite often, but I haven't, and who's the supervisor, but I
Right.
can't think of an attorney that, and even as library board, I can't ever recall an attorney that, but they must have somebody.
Well,
I'll ask Donna.
Probably the agreement states they must notify within.
I'm thinking that this is probably part one.
Initial
You're
step.
right.
So
Yeah.
we'll take it as that until we hear otherwise. Then that's, let Mr. Sluggett,
Review it.
and the Region 8 notice.
I'm sure a piece of it is about the funding of the library, because that hasn't been equitable like ever.
No,
Oh, not even in the
not
ballpark.
even close, okay.
I would be getting that maybe $17,000 more.
No.
Well, they consistently haven't paid. Actually, more people use library from Solon than from the city, but the city pays disproportionately more money. Not even per person, just more money.
And I'm sure the library has records on who uses it, you
Oh,
know,
they do.
so,
Like,
yeah,
again,
obviously.
as listeners on the library board for
Right.
6 years, like Donna can, she's charts, and it's
Oh,
like almost like
sure.
a third to 2/3.
Yeah.
And there's just more people in Solon, so I mean, a piece of that makes sense, but, yeah.
And with the new library, there may be different costs that we're not even thinking of today.
Well, and there's just gonna be more
More
costs.
more people. Right. Okay.
And what, they're shooting for more open hours, was my understanding, and
A lot of things.
A lot of
Yeah.
things to work out there.
We'll all get there.
so, I'm
Again,
sure they're working on it.
I'm trying to find a municipal league.
That's a thank you for being with us for another year with the league.
Reminder, the municipal league, we have a meeting the 17th at 10 o'clock here, so interview candidates.
I don't know if I saw on here that you spoke to the Rotary, did we wanna add that in so that you could report out?
Not necessary.
Okay, I just thought it was great that you did, and
The chiefs at the one.
you could talk about the nifty stuff at the Rotary, give them a little shout out if it's, no? Oh, I do.
That's good. Well then, look at all the communications. You have anything from the manager, manager's report?
Couple things, and one thing I'd like to add on the bottom. As you've read, everybody here has been really welcoming. I didn't know coming in after my meeting when I was appointed, because, you know, the assessor was let go, and Linda and all that, and I thought, oh my God, I've got to go there. But it went really well. You have a good staff. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's been really good.
I think so.
Yeah. The second point was the assessor. I started on that right away because we have July Board of Review. No assessor. And so I've been working with Deb. She works the closest with the assessor. I started by calling the county and talking to the equalization director, and he gave me like 4 ideas of people that contract like Jason did. And so I'm working that out. talking to them, seeing if they have the capacity. And in July, I would like to bring you a plan, maybe a contract. I'll let you know before that, though. I'll send you some information so you know the way I'm going. It's kind of down to 2 right now that I'm looking at. Deb and I have been visiting and talking and with them and trying to figure out the best route to go for the dollar amount that you had budgeted for Jason. You don't want to go over that. So
Sure.
trying to keep that in mind. And then the next thing on the list is the resignation of Linda and working on the August primary because she will not be here for that. So in July, I also would like to bring you hopefully a contract with someone that we can contract with just for the election. So she'll come in. It will be a clerk or a deputy clerk or someone that knows how to do the election work because I don't, and
Sure.
come in to run that election and work with them. We're just starting to talk to people and formulate that, but I'd like that also on the July agenda so we can go forward.
Of course.
We then need to appoint somebody to be,
You are right. Thank you, because I almost forgot that.
I just remembered
Yes.
we need somebody to sign the documents. or
We
be
do,
clerk.
and my recommendation is to swear Deb Brunette in as the deputy clerk until we hire a clerk, just so she can sign the documents that need to be signed. She's here. She'll, she's offered to work on the agendas and do different administrative work, but we need someone, per your charter and state law, we need a city clerk. So by signing her in, or swearing her in before Linda leaves, she can swear in as deputy, and that will cover till we get someone.
Okay.
Okay.
If that's a recommendation you're comfortable with. I
Yeah,
am.
Of course.
When, I guess we would do that.
Well, we'll have Linda swear, you swear in? Yeah, she can swear in on her last day here.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be
Okay.
any action that
Okay.
this board
Sounds-
will take.
No
And
problem.
then I'll have a recommendation for you in July. July is going to be a good meeting, big month.
Ugh. No, we won't have Linda here, so.
I know.
Cake.
Oh my God, I'm a little nervous about not having Linda here. So the last thing I formally had on my list was, do you all have the big code books, or you get it online?
Online.
Okay, online. So you're all set, because there are a few books left that can be signed out if you like the paper copy better. Because you can get all the, when I do these agenda, I will refer to the charter, which has been adopted by the state of Michigan, so that is law for this room. So if you see me keep going back to the charter, I'm going back to the basics. You have to follow this. Or if I put an ordinance in there. I don't know if you prefer that I put the ordinance in your packet, or do you just have the book, or do you look at it online?
The only issue is things that have been updated on ordinances aren't always updated online.
Okay.
And we don't have a lot of those paper copies until we actually vote on them.
Well, I
Like, they go through planning commission
okay.
first.
I'll put the information in your packets. If you want to read it, you can. If you
Yeah.
don't, just flip through it.
Yeah, and if there was a way we could get those updated online,
They are updated.
There.
okay, because
They're
they
all
weren't for a while.
Well, they are, so that's good.
Okay.
Well, they are
Okay.
now, so that's good.
Okay. And then the last thing,
Though,
hello. The last thing on my report that I want to add, I'm going to actually turn this over to Linda because she has some news about the new website.
oh, awesome.
Linda?
The new website is going to be launched next Tuesday. So we just have to make sure that we get a hold of the webmasters, getting a hold of the host company, and so that they shut down the old one, and all that anyone will see will be the new one. We worked all morning one day this week trying to find all of the mistakes that we put and things that needed to be corrected, and I think we have that pretty much ironed out. There's a few things I have to add to it yet, but I think it's pretty much ready to go, and anything that's wrong with it will be taken care of after it's launched.
Do we get to see it before it goes up or no?
She showed it to you a couple months ago. It hasn't changed from format or anything.
Okay, because she asked us, like, we were supposed to talk about the logo, and
Did you?
it was supposed to come back
We
to us.
didn't change anything else.
Okay.
Like, she left a blank space for the logo, and
We
she
we
was,
left it blank because the principal did not want, like Richland was put on there.
No, they said we could.
Yeah, I think
Not
we're
on
waiting
this
for
one.
new the city
Yeah.
manager to be in place. before
Right.
we actually-
That's, yeah, you're absolutely right, and that was my next one. We're gonna wait for the new manager to take this and move it on to whatever it may end up being.
Okay. Well, I think it will launch on Tuesday. Take a look at it.
Yeah.
It can be changed. I mean, it's
Okay.
it's online, it's not like you have to live with it for the next 10 years. So take a look at it. If you see anything in there that is, needs to be changed or is a mistake or whatever, just email me, because there will be things when you
Of
launch a new
course.
website. I just think it's a big deal, and if,
Do I need a new picture?
I don't know, I didn't look at your picture. You don't have a picture online, do you?
I don't know.
A long time ago, all the council used to have pictures, but I don't think we've done that.
And we've asked for bios and pictures from all of you, and I don't get much response from you.
I don't have any.
I can shoot it. I was gonna say, I didn't know either. I can shoot a headshot of everybody.
No, I don't need one.
I'm gonna give you one.
But I mean, I can do that I do photography. I have a camera.
Okay.
I can do that.
We
Hold
can
on.
add those pictures then. Take a look at it first, and that can be
Sure.
put on our list, add pictures.
And so you want bios too?
Of course, if you don't have one.
Well, I haven't. Are they there?
You'll see there.
I mean, I wrote one 6 years ago.
Well, it's up to you to change, so we may.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So do we all need to write a bio?
Take a look at what your bio is, let me know. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. I think that this is a good opportunity, and I think you need to take opportunities to say this at the meeting if the press is here, because that's positive. To launch a new website's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good news story, and it's a good way to let
Yeah.
the citizens know that things like your community event ordinance is updated online, so we're trying to make it more customer service friendly, and so people can use that more, get the information, be more transparent, all those good things that we're working on. So hopefully someone will be here tonight, and if not, maybe I'll give her a call and say, take a look at the new website, and
We'll probably
it's a great thing.
The news guy won't be here tonight, we rarely are.
You see the local paper here?
Judy. Yeah, no, she
Well, I
probably.
know that lady from the Advance is sitting out their car out there, so I know she'll be there.
So we'll talk to her about it if she doesn't pick
Yeah,
up
good.
on
If you
it.
shoot off an email to Judy,
Okay.
she'll usually run stuff.
We'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
And that's what I had.
Because I shoot pictures for her sometimes.
Okay,
Anything else?
not from me.
Well, I mentioned at that meeting on Monday, about, is there any way we can come up with a policy that we pay for the people to come in and use the, if they turn it down, they should have to pay for the trip.
Yeah, that's not really how it
What
works.
if you don't give it to them?
Well, if they come and we don't give it to them,
Then we're responsible.
There, nobody's turned in any expense report for anything so far.
No.
Oh, really? That's good. No,
So that's a
typically
plus
they
side.
don't do that because then they might not come. So, if they had to pay their own. So if you really want to look at them, I think you have to bring them.
well, I went if they was offered it, turn it down.
I don't think so. I don't think that Kathy said that standard.
I think that's the luck of the
It's,
draw.
it's not really standard practice in like any field. I mean, I can tell you in other professional fields that
It'd be nice. If we could create the world, we'd put that in there.
I've
But
never been paid to interview anywhere.
Well, no,
we're
but
not
you
being
pay,
paid to interview them.
no, but you get paid to travel.
Travel because you're choosing people out of state. If you just stuck with Michigan or close by, that wouldn't be an issue.
It's
But-
a pretty common practice in the
Yeah.
world of professional.
And the pool's getting smaller and smaller, I noticed. You almost have to look at people out of state now.
Well, I'm just looking at it, if they knew that they was gonna turn it down and they was gonna have to pay for the whole trip versus it getting
But
paid.
they don't necessarily
They
know.
won't.
Like, they're interviewing us as much as we're interviewing them.
They have a little bit more consideration for this as well. Do I really want this? 'Cause we don't know if, maybe Mr. Buter or maybe his wife didn't think he was gonna get it, so say, sure, go ahead and interview. And after that, no, you're not. You don't know that.
Now, she was all excited about the school system. In my opinion, I think the reality hit them with a new baby and
trying to put their life in a truck.
And she would be stuck down there with a new baby in the house while he was up here and they're trying to sell, and I think reality hit him.
And the medical complications.
Yeah, that, all the above, it's
But
like,
it's just kind of the idea, you know?
I know, it's,
And from the sounds of things, he didn't even turn anything in.
No.
So that's not it.
Well, she says nobody turned anything.
Well, but then that means,
he felt bad too and didn't charge her.
and didn't charge it. So,
He was that good.
I see what you say, but I think a person would be a downright idiot to just run around the country to interview. He must have, everything was positive while he was here. And
he
liked
clearly
it,
did his
so
homework. That was a lot of
I was
effort.
disappointed too, and I know what you're talking about, it's a lot of money, but
We haven't paid
I
nothing
guess that's
so
a
far.
I was gonna say, it's not a lot of money, because we haven't paid any money.
So,
Yeah, well, she said nobody, I didn't know that till just now, she said
Yeah.
nobody's turned anything in, so.
maybe we
Oh, well.
can make it a drawing type of thing, where they put, they buy so many tickets.
In the,
50-50.
people in communications, my master's degree in communications, people in communications, my colleagues that I went to grad school with, they get flown all over the country interviewing for jobs, and
This is the photo set up, so it'll
You don't-
roll over
I will.
if you want it to pass it.
Alrighty,
Are you business lady?
well, we got a break here.
welcome,
And Teresa from Alpha.
We got about
welcome.
15 minutes, so.
This is the final list of water.
Oh, mine's not on there, isn't it?
Pardon?
Mine's not on there,
No, you're not on there. So that's gonna be turned over to the,
Clint had to bring mine in the other night. I wrote it 3 days before, and then it
No
went in my
excuses,
purse.
no
and
excuses.
So he brought it in the night of the planning commission meeting. Like, you get it there, just do.
Yeah.